That should be the settings that I needed. Sorry about the stop and start there. Let's go over here. I had to adjust some settings on the encoder, so the audio and video would come through a little bit better on our internet connection, because we don't have the fastest speeds here. So let me see here. Let me switch cameras. Awesome. There we go. All right, that should work a lot better now. All right, we are going to be working on a Samsung Galaxy S3 with a power button issue. I believe the battery is in this one. Let me go ahead and power it on here for you guys. It's going to go ahead and it's going to boot up. And then I'll show you what's wrong with it after it boots. Alright, so if you guys, it doesn't have any pertinent information on the front of it, but if you guys watch as I touch the power button on the side, if I just barely rub up against the power button, I don't even have to see. I just barely have to graze the power button. And it has an intermittent button that is not working properly. If I press the button, you can hear it. Well, a little bit. But if I just barely hold the button in the right way, you guys can see I'm just barely rubbing across it. And it is it's causing the phone to want to shut off. It's ending the customer's calls. It's doing a bunch of stuff. But I have not changed a power button in an S3 in quite a while. Like the phone just reset on me just now. So we are going to go ahead and take this phone apart. I've got the pieces in that we need to replace the power button. I want to keep calling it a home button for some reason, but you can hear it beeping at me or resetting already. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pop the back off of this. I want to lower this camera down so you guys can actually see this on the table. And I'm going to pull the back off of this. Let me go ahead and set this here. Let me adjust the focus real quick on this one camera, just so you guys will see this in focus. Okay, all right. Turn that autofocus off because it tends to want to mess with it quite a bit. So let me move the microscope out of the way here for just a second, because we are going to take this apart first. You've got a little tab right here at the top that you can pull this phone apart with. Go ahead and pop the battery out of this. We'll set this off to the side so we don't lose that or mess that up. And grab a screwdriver here. And start taking this apart. I believe this phone has 10 screws that you have to remove on the back side of it. The good thing about the S3s is you do not have to go through the front screen to get the main board out. Newer Samsung S5, you can get it behind the battery, but getting to the main board, you have to screen. So all of those up, you've got to go through quite a bit of trouble getting those out. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these last couple screws here. wanting to come out. It's wanting to be a pain in the butt. Alright, let's take the one out next to it. So hopefully we can get this fixed. This S3 is actually in immaculate condition for being as old as it is. It's a 16 gigabyte S3. Let's pair of tweezers here and see if I can get these screws out. Okay. Alright, found that one. That one tried to fly away on me. I am going to use a magnet and go ahead and keep all these screws together. Place this up at the top so I know that that's there. Now I'm going to use my little spudger pry tool and pop this apart. Let's go ahead and pull that SIM card out of it. Let's see here. I'm just going to lightly get under the edge. You don't want to damage the bevel or anything on this phone, so you want to be very careful. You want to make sure that there's no flex cables. It looks like it all came off in one piece on that top part. Wow, so this is not wanting to work. Hang on. I'm gonna try a different video setting here and see if this cleans up that buffering. I'm sorry about the buffering there. I'll give it just a second. Because it's showing the stream health is bad right now on that. I don't like that. I was messing around with settings just a little bit, but I guess it really made a difference on this live stream. Alright, now it's saying it's healthy. Alright, hopefully that stays healthy now. I changed the bit rate up a little bit, which is what it uses to send all the packets over. So as long as that stays green and we stay healthy, we're good. So let's see here. So we're going to pop this top piece off, which is the housing for the speaker, for the rear speaker on this. So I'll go ahead and pop this off now. Okay, so this piece right here is going to be your headphone jack. It's going to be the rear speaker. It's going to be the flex cable for that speaker. I don't believe this has the vibrate motor in it. I believe that is still on the board on these S3s. And pop this front camera flex off. And pop this other flex here off. Go ahead and disconnect the ribbon cable for the front LCD. And go ahead and pop this antenna cable off. And we'll get this board out of here. So we can pull this out without messing anything up. We've got actually one screw here that was hiding at me. It's hiding on me. Alright, got that screw out. Now we should be able to remove the main board. So this is, we're going to go ahead and set this housing over here to the side. So this is the main board for the Samsung Galaxy S3. Like I said, it's in immaculate condition. The water indicators on here have not been tripped, and usually those are, man, those are done by just breathing on the darn things. It seems to set those off any time that you're doing anything with it. Let's see. Let's go ahead and set this camera over here to the side. And this is the home button. So let's look at this under the microscope. Go ahead and switch camera views here. Go ahead and view this underneath the microscope now. And we'll see if we can locate this power button. And there is our power button. It doesn't look bad, but it is. It is messed up. So let's zoom out here so you guys can see this whole thing in frame. And let's see. We can try pressing on that with some tweezers to see if it moves or doesn't. You can see how much play this button has in it. It does not have that much play. This thing is just being an S3 and being as condition as it's in. It's kind of crazy that that this was actually the first thing to go out on it, which is kind of nuts. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some Kapton tape, and we're going to tape off an area so we do not overheat any of the other chips on this board. Those of you that joined at the beginning of the live stream, sorry about the video quality there. It looks like it's not working again. Wow, I may have to stop this and restart it again and figure out this buffering. Yep, I'm going to have to start it and restop. Guys, I'm so sorry about this video on this. I will be right back. Give me just a second.